Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty, so
Nope.
we had a Wi-Fi. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get on or not. All right.
I'm glad you're on. This is Olivia.
Sure. Good to
Hi,
see you.
Olivia.
Hi.
And
Recording.
Adrian and Michelle. Yes. Marilyn is our official. Yeah. She always gets you all registered. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit the mute.
Anchor.
Yes. Stephanie just responded. All right. Good. All right. How's everyone feeling? Good. What do we feel like we need today? Everything. Anything, everything. All right. What do you need? What do I need? I think I need more sleep. That's what I just said. Yeah, I know. I feel like it took me last week to recover from my New Jersey week, and I'm just like, that was an exhausting trip. That was more exhausting than the UK.
Yeah, from staying in the same time zone.
Yeah, I just
go out with planes.
yeah. All right. Well, let's. I'm feeling. I've been working at the studio. We're working a lot on the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. It lies. So the root one is the furthest down, going really toward your pelvic floor muscle. And then this one, if you all come up on your knees for a second and take your two fingers together like this, index finger and third finger, and find your belly button. So place it on your belly button and then go just below it. So there's right there where the two fingers are below it, and then travel inside. So you're more in the center between your skin and your spine. And that's about where your sacral chakra lies. And they call this the seat of our emotions. Like all of a sudden a visual comes to mind, right? Like what's going on in there? So just keep your fingers there and then come to lie on your back in a constructive rest pose where your knees are bent, your feet are on the mat, and have your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And just with your two fingers there, you can relax the other fingers if you want, but just keep those two fingers so you feel you're identifying in a way with that energy center. And the other hand can rest comfortably also on the abdomen or down on the floor. And as you take your next breath, try and breathe directly into that energy center. And I found this beautiful poem written by Rebecca Washburn, as if your sacral chakra is speaking to you. So continue to be attuned with your breath as you listen to these words, imagining this energy center speaking to you. I am the flow of life, ready for you to jump in. I move in cycles and rhythms, forever moving and changing. I am the pull of desire, the spark of pleasure, guiding you where to go. I am the creative intelligence of the universe. I speak to you, showing you what you need. I am the waves of emotion, shaping and reshaping your experience. I show up in your laughter. I show up in your tears. I feel I yearn, I connect, I am the flow of life ready for you to jump in. So when this sacral, in Sanskrit, it's Svadhisthana chakra, is balanced, we are able to tune in to our own natural rhythm and flow. We can sense the cycles in our body and in our life and respond accordingly. We can feel sensations of the body, the emotions that move through, and allow it to be the guiding force to help direct and inform our lives. Sometimes we may lose touch with it, or it may become distorted because we put what we should do over what we feel drawn to. Guilty. For me, as personally, for me, it shows up as choosing to check off the chores on the to-do list rather than doing something creative or some sort of an art form that I am dreaming about doing. Sometimes it shows up in mindlessly going down the social media rabbit hole versus journaling. So tuning into this chakra, tuning into our desires and needs so that we break the cycle of just operating from a habitual programming and opening ourselves up to more opportunities to feel more pleasure. So the poses in today's practice will focus on bringing awareness to this part of the body. So it interacts with our pelvic floor, deep connection with that root chakra, the one that lies beneath it. It also connects with our liver and our kidneys, organs that lie in our abdominals. So just one more breath, deepen it here, inhale, and exhale it out. And then let that right hand drop to the floor. Inhale, take the arms overhead and just make sure your feet are as wide as your mat here. We're gonna drop the knees over to the right. So having the feet as wide as your mat helps that left knee drop down toward the inside of the right foot. Take a couple more breaths here, maybe gliding the shoulder blades under a little bit to help the shoulders soften against the mat. Really feel the lengthening of this left side. Maybe even actively draw that left knee down toward the floor just a little bit. So you feel that extension in the left thigh. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale, take the knees through center, dropping them down to the left now. And we'll be here for several breaths. So just let them fall where they feel comfortable. And then each inhale and exhale, try and draw that right knee down closer toward the earth. Feel the sensations maybe in the left side of your glute. Maybe it feels like a little massage for that glute. As you inhale, feel the lengthening of this right side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Softening that right shoulder down a little bit more. Last breath in, really now try and actively draw that right knee toward the earth. Feel that lengthening in that right side. And then inhale back to center. Hug those knees in as wide as your armpits. So lift them up just where they are and use your hands to draw them toward your armpits. And here, instead of rounding, try not to let the spine, your low back, round, but tilt your tailbone toward the earth. So you feel a little natural arch in that low part, that mid and low part of the back. And then lift the feet so they're facing the ceiling. So the knees are still wide, maybe your elbows come inside the knees, and then wrap your fingers around the shins so that you can draw the legs down toward the earth. Feet are flexed and facing the ceiling. And then straighten the right leg and rebend. Straighten the left leg and rebend. One more time, each side straighten the right leg and rebend. Straighten the left leg and rebend. And then take another moment here. Draw the soles of the feet together. Elbows still pushing to the inside of those knees. Version of Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose on our backs. Still tilting that tailbone toward the earth. Take one more breath here. Exhale it out. And then draw the knees in toward each other. Extend your left leg long out onto the mat. And then guide your right knee over down to the floor on the left side. So coming into a spinal twist, and try not to go to the deepest part of this twist first. Let your breath guide you into it. Extend your right arm out to the side. Start to ease up on any tension in the left leg. And let that right knee draw toward the earth. That right arm can extend directly out from the shoulder. And again, you might glide that shoulder blade under to allow it to soften against the earth. One more breath in and out. And then we're going to come back to center, hug that left knee into the chest, extend the right leg out long, taking the spinal twist to the other side. So gently rolling to the right side of the body. Use each breath to go just a little bit deeper. Exploring the sensations that you're feeling on this left side now. Breathe in, breathe out. Gently warming up the body to prepare to move. Another breath in and out. And then inhale, rocking back to center. Hug the knees into the chest, the hands underneath the knees. And we're going to roll up to a seat, or you can rock onto your right side. So start to rock forward and back. Feel that massage for the spine as you lift yourself up. And then coming to a comfortable seat, crossing the legs. If you need a block to sit on, we're going to move into a little bit of pranayama. So we'll be in this seat for a couple of minutes. So bring one hand to the heart, one hand to that low belly area again. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. Take a full inhale through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. And then inhale to the count of 4, 2, 3, 4, holding the breath at the top, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold at the bottom, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. One more round. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. And return to your natural breath. So a mantra, instead of Om, the mantra VAM, V-A-M, is said to activate the sacral chakra, the vibration. So with that hand by the low belly, by that chakra, we'll say VAM about 5 times in a row. Just explore the sensations that you feel. So practice it once. VAM. Really try and get that deepening so you feel it in the low belly. So take a full breath in. VAM. 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 If you haven't set an intention for your practice yet, go ahead and do so. What does creativity, what does pleasure, what does joy show up for you? How does it show up for you? What does it look like? And flickering the eyes open, rocking forward to tabletop. So to work this part of the body a little bit, it is some core work. So finding tabletop here, draw the navel towards your spine. Try and keep that engagement and press the tops of the feet into the mat and then draw the knees and shins off the mat about an inch. And hold here, don't hold your breath. Breathe through this, but hold the knees and shins off the mat. Breathe in, breathe out 1. Breathe in, breathe out 2. Breathe in, breathe out 3. Breathe in, breathe out 4. Breathe in and breathe out 5. Push back to child's pose. Arms extended out in front of you. So more active child's pose. Lengthen the arms. Reach the fingertips out a little further. Head is between the arms. On your inhale, feel the rib cage flare out to the sides. Exhale the breath fully out. Inhale back to tabletop. Engage in the navel, extend your right leg back and lift it up, hip height. Left arm floats up by the ear. Finding spinal balance, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. And then lengthen, come back to tabletop and lower knees, chest, chin. So rotate your elbow creases to meet. Hug the elbows in as you lower, bringing your chest and chin down to the mat, sits bones sticking up. So hold here for a full breath in and out. Next inhale, slide forward onto the belly. And stack your hands together. Let your forehead rest on the backs of your hands. Coming to crocodile pose for a few breaths, just to feel that sensation of breathing from the diaphragm. To really feeling the belly press against the mat. Instead of breathing from the chest only, activating our diaphragm and pelvic floor muscles. One more breath in. And out, and then slide your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing back up to tabletop, and we'll extend our left leg back. So other side, lift it up hip height, float the right arm up by the ear, find your spinal balance. Keep that navel drawn toward the spine. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. 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 Tabletop, knees, chest, chin. So rotate the elbow creases. Lower on your exhale. Drop down to chest and chin. Take a full breath in and out. And then next inhale, slide the body forward. And then come to your forearms. And we're going to press up to forearm plank. So tuck your toes under and lift the hips. Your elbows are under the shoulders. Breathe in. So long line of energy from your heels out to the crown of the head. Beautiful. So elbows, if they're out to the sides a little bit, draw them in so they're under your shoulders. One more breath in and out, and then drop down, come to tabletop, and then extend your right leg back behind you. Drop that heel down, turn your left leg out on an angle, and lift that right arm up for supported side plank. Try and lift this right hip up toward the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And exhale, lower. Coming to the other side. So tabletop, roll to your right side, turn that right leg on an angle, plant that left foot. Inhale, left arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try and lift that left hip now up to the sky. Open across the chest. Left fingertips reaching up toward the sky. Breathe in. And exhale, lower down. And come back to tabletop. Engage in the core. Tuck your toes under. Lift the knees and shins. And then push back to that squat pose to prepare for downward dog. So extending the arms, extending the spine, and then slowly begin to straighten the legs. And drop one heel down, bend the other knee, pedaling out your downward dog. Feeling the hips shift to the left and right a little bit. Inhale, rock forward to plank. And exhale, push back to downward facing dog. And then staying here in downward dog for a couple more breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. Feel that core staying engaged. Lift your gaze, look between your hands, and walk a footprint at a time. Up to the top of your mat, lift up to a flat back. Fingertips to shins, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Trying to neutralize the spine here, so not rounding the spine, but as if I could bring a tray and place it on top. Float the arms out to the sides, bend in the knees a lot. Inhale, lift the arms up by the ears, chair pose. Straighten the legs. Reach the arms up toward the sky, a little arch of the upper back. Hands to heart center. Mountain pose. So moving through one vinyasa, one of our sun salutations. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward into forward fold, Uttanasana. Keep the core engaged. Inhale, lift to that flat back to prepare. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and step both feet back to plank. So our modified chaturanga, drop your knees down, rotate your elbow creases to the front, and then bend at the elbows to lower the upper body down to the mat. Keep those elbows hugging in, shoulders drawing away from the ears. Peel your heart away from the mat, cobra. And exhale, lower down, tuck your toes under, push your seat to your heels, straighten the legs, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, beautiful everyone, nice breath work. 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. Look between your hands, either a light hop forward or walk your feet up. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, reverse swan dive now. Sweep the arms around and overhead, drawing hands to heart center. Tadasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Let's bring our blocks on either side of our feet at the middle height, and then bend the knees. Shoot your right leg back to come to low lunge. So find your low lunge here. We're gonna lift to high lunge. So steady yourself by pressing into your left foot. Feel like you're really grounded through the ball of that right foot. And then start to lift up. You can use your blocks to start if you want to put them at the highest height to lift up partially. And then press into the ball of the right foot. the sole of the left foot. Inhale, arms reach up. Finding that our right leg is straightening and lengthening with that heel lifted. Trying to get our torso to be where our spine's perpendicular to the floor. Beautiful, straighten that right leg. One more breath here, and then transitioning to pyramid pose. So bring that right foot in just a little bit, straighten both legs, drop the right heel down, keep the length in the arms, and then we're gonna come forward halfway. Reach the fingertips toward me. So a lot of engagement in the core here. Press into both feet. So for pyramid, your stance should be a little shorter than low lunge, high lunge. So you might need to move that back foot forward a little bit. And then release the hands down to those blocks, drawing the chest toward that left leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath in. And out, and then lift up halfway, bring that right foot to meet the left, and reverse swan dive. Inhale, arms overhead, exhale, hands to heart center. Tadasana. Other side. Inhale, arms overhead, exhale, folding forward, blocks come to the middle height, bend the knees, shoot your left leg back. So finding our low lunge first. So really take a couple breaths to feel like you're anchoring and rooting down through this right foot, and you're up on the ball of the left foot. So come up halfway. Chest is lifting. When you feel ready to lift up all the way to high lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gaze long in front of you. Focusing on a drishti to help steady your gaze, to help steady your pose. One more breath in. And out, transitioning to pyramid. So you want to step that left foot forward a little bit, drop the heel, straighten both legs. We're still reaching up and lengthening, and then we're going to come forward with that length. When you need to release the arms down to the blocks, go ahead, or challenge yourself with one more breath. So pyramid pose, beautiful everyone. So try straightening that front leg, drop the heel down, straighten your stance. Straighten both legs. Yep, pyramids like this. One more breath in. And out, and then we'll lift up halfway, bend that right knee, step that left foot forward, and forward fold, let the head hang, hold opposite elbows, so hang like a raggedy Ann doll here, and just maybe sway from side to side. So our sacral chakra, the element for it is water. So really connecting with the fluidity in our bodies. 60% of our bodies are water. Full breath in and out, and then bend the knees. Roll up to stand, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, dive back down toward forward fold. Hands go on the blocks. The blocks are at the highest, and then bend your knees. Step that right leg back, and then drop the right knee down. So Anjali Asana, bring those blocks under the shoulders. Inhale, arms by the ears. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pressing into the top of the right foot, the bottom of the left foot. Draw your hips towards your midline. Another breath in, and then interlace your fingers behind your head. Draw your elbows back, arch in the upper back. One more breath in. And then exhale, hands down to the blocks. Tuck your right toes under and lift up to that high lunge. Bring those blocks forward a little bit. And then we're gonna inhale, bend that right knee so it almost touches the earth, but it doesn't. And then exhale, extend it. Inhale, draw it down. And exhale, extend. Inhale, lower it. And exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Maybe a little challenge. Try doing it with the arms overhead. Inhale, bending that knee down. Exhale, extend. Maybe one more. And then come back down. Drop that right knee. Bring the blocks to the sides. And then take that left knee back to tabletop and push back to child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath in. And out. Inhale, rock back to tabletop. Take those blocks underneath the hands. Step the the right foot forward. So other side. So we're here in Anjaneyasana. Start, bring blocks under shoulders, arms, reach up. Anjaneyasana is a pose where we really bring awareness to our pelvic floor, our whole pelvis area. Notice the stability, the alignment. Hands interlace behind the head, draw elbows back, arch in the upper back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to the blocks. Bring them forward a little bit. Inhale. Tuck those left toes under and lift up. So preparing for dropping that left knee. So we're gonna bend it on the inhale, lowering it down, don't let it touch. And then exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. If you want to add the challenge of lifting the arms overhead. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. And exhale, extend, hands to blocks. And then push off that leg and step it forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive to come to stand. And exhale, diving back down to forward fold, moving through a vinyasa. Inhale, lift up to a flat back. Exhale, bend the knees. Plant the hands and step back to plank. Lower knees. And then the upper body for this modified chaturanga. Inhale, lifting the heart, cobra. And exhale, lower down, tuck the toes under and push back, coming into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out one. Breathe in. Breathe out two. Breathe in. Breathe out three. Breathe in. Breathe out four. Breathe in. Breathe out five. Look between your hands, either Hop forward or walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms around and overhead. Bring your hands to your heart center. Pausing here for a few breaths. Maybe hand over heart, one hand to the low belly. Maybe close the eyes and just invite yourself to travel beneath the skin. Visualizing the energy that's moving through the body right now. Feeling your own heartbeat. Feeling how alive you are in this present moment. One more breath in and out. And then coming to squat pose. So take your feet as wide as your mat. Maybe bringing your blocks in front of you to help you lower. Drawing the seat down as you come into your squat. You might shift a block under your sits bones like that. You might put 2 blocks there and the elbows then rest on your thighs to get the upper body to lift. But going to a place where you feel this stretch for the hips opening. Maybe the elbows are helping to press the knees away. And steady your gaze on the drishti in front of you. Softening the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Rocking forward. Come off that block. Come to a seat. And continuing with sort of the same position, if you will, there's a pose called blossoming lotus. So have your feet as wide as I have it here. So just wider than the hips, similar to Malasana. And then we're going to take our right arm underneath that right knee. So the hand is coming out beyond it. And then inhale, lifting the left arm. So you feel the opening in the chest and the stretch for that right side of the body. Press into that right hand a little bit to help anchor you. So a step to go beyond this, if you will, turn your left hand. So you rotate that elbow and wrap it around the back. And then that right arm rotated so that you can maybe find your fingers clasping them. The purpose of clasping them is to, again, open the heart space on this left side. No pressure in the neck, so find a comfortable position. One more inhale. Rooting down through the feet. And then exhale to release, coming back to arm extended. And then hands come in front of the heart. How'd that feel? Good, yeah? Other side. So that left hand comes under, sort of reach it through, tucking the shoulder down a little bit, but then press into the hand to anchor. And then float that right arm up. So we're getting extension here, rooting down through the feet. So you should try and have your toes pushing in toward the earth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe going for the bind here. Wrapping that right arm behind and then wrapping the left arm. Finding the fingers to clasp. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more breath in. Feel that fluidity of the breath. And then release slowly if you took the bind. We're all meeting with that right arm extending up. And then come back to center, elbows inside, hands to heart center. So the next part of this now is balancing on our sits bones, lifting the feet, bring the feet toward each other, soles of the feet together, and then arms go underneath and lift the chest. So you might start by helping the feet to come up, then release into the mudra. Lift the chest. There you go, nice. Sitting up tall on the sits bones. Find a drishti in front of you to focus on. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift the chest even more. Draw the shoulders back. So maybe from here, you might balance, wrap your peace fingers around your big toes and take the legs out. Try not to let yourself rock back on the tail yet. It's hard. Engage in the core. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. Bring those feet together. Baddha Konasana. Wrap your hands around the feet. Big cleansing breath. Inhale. Did you ever think you'd do that? Beautiful, everyone. All that warming up of the body. It's amazing where we can send it sometime. Inhale, close the eyes. Exhale, find length here. Press the soles of the feet together to feel the inner groin muscles activate. Then maybe start to take the chest toward the earth, folding forward, or you might opt to stay lengthening up. So do what's comfortable for you. What feels good. Honor where your body is going. One more breath in and out. Lift up. Take the legs out in front of you, shake them out a little bit, and then come on to your back and grab a block for supported bridge pose. So lowering down, bring the feet in toward your sits bones so you can graze the back of your heel or just barely graze it. And then on your next inhale, lift your hips. Find where you're comfortable, where you just lift to a natural height, and then slide the block under, either at the lowest height, if that matches where you lifted, or maybe it's the middle height. So having the block support this pose at your edge. Positioning the block and then letting your body weight fall into the block. Feeling the release of your body weight, where you're not working so hard to hold yourself up, but you're maintaining the position of the pose. Breathing in, breathing out. So we're going to hold for about another 30 seconds before we lower. So tuning into your breath, the natural rhythm of your breath. Try and keep your knees in line with your hips and your feet then in line with your knees. So even though we're using a support for for this pose. We're still engaged. The arms are out to the sides, palms face up. Letting the shoulders roll back. Maybe even pushing into the back of the head a little bit and gliding the shoulder blades toward one another and down the back. One more inhale and exhale, then removing the block, lower down. Hug the knees into your chest and rock a little bit from side to side. And then taking that spinal twist that we took at the start of practice, extend your left leg out long onto the mat. Guide your right knee over toward the floor. Extend your right arm out to the side. Maybe just notice how the twist feels now versus the start of the practice. And if there's a block available to rest that knee on, you can. Try and let any effort in the left leg release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try a cleansing breath. Inhale and exhale through the mouth. And then rocking back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Lift your forehead up to meet your knees. Breathe into the back of the neck. Releasing the head down, release that right leg, extending it, guiding that left knee over to the right side, rolling onto the right side of the body. Let that left knee rest on a block, or just let gravity help draw it toward the earth. As you inhale, feel the rib cage expand. So feel the breath fill up those muscles, the cavities on this left side of the rib cage. Really notice the breath expanding, each one. If there's any area that feels like it needs some loving and kind attention, sending the breath to those parts of the body. One more cleansing breath. Inhale. Sigh it out. And rocking onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest, extending them up to the sky for Vipariti Karani for about 30 seconds here, letting the circulation flow in the opposite direction here, helping to improve our circulation, our digestion, feeling the tailbone turning a little bit toward the earth. You might feel that natural curvature of the spine versus the back flattening against the earth. Just feeling the waves of breath like a waterfall cascading down the legs. slowly begin to bend the knees. Coming into the Supta Baddha Konasana, take the soles of the feet together and drop them down to the earth. The knees butterflying out to the sides. If that's a little too much for the hips, put a block under each knee and let the knees rest on the blocks. Moving into our relaxation with this pose. Right, even bring your hands down by the low belly to connect with your sacral chakra. It's represented by the color orange. So maybe picturing an orange glowing ball about 2 inches toward the center. With each breath, maybe seeing it pulsate or expand, or maybe it moves in a circle, whatever comes to your mind. And just try and stay focused on visualizing this glowing orange ball. Feeling your pelvic soften. Feel the energy moving more freely. And then slowly straighten the legs, coming into Shavasana. Letting the arms release alongside. Coming into full relaxation here. Again, as if your sacral chakra is speaking directly to you. I am the flow of life, ready for you to jump in. I move in cycles and rhythms, forever moving and changing. I am the pull of desire, the spark of pleasure. Allow yourself to release fully into the support here. Let go of any gripping, of any clenching. Start to deepen your breath and bring awareness back into feeling the sensations of your belly rising and falling. You can start to make small movements, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, circle wrists and ankles. Maybe inhale, taking the arms overhead and taking a long stretch, and then drawing knees in toward your chest. Rolling to your right side in one motion. Supporting your head with that right arm. Take a few breaths here, bringing yourself back to a more awakened state. Recall the intention you set. Any sensations you felt from that energy center today, maybe take off the mat with you. See how you can use it as you move through your day, as you approach opportunities, activities, conversations with yourself, with others. Slowly rock yourself up to a seat, keeping the eyes closed or at a soft gaze. And once you get there, bringing hands to heart center, bowing the head toward your heart. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your mat this morning, for being part of this yoga community. Truly honored to lead you in these teachings. Lifting our thumbs up to the third eye, that space between the eyebrows, the light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank you so much for practicing. Let's seal the practice with one Om. Take a full breath in, exhale it out. Namaste. Thank you. Applause for you guys. And our friends at home, Adrian, Olivia, and Michelle, thank you so much for always being with us on Monday morning. It's so nice.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Very-
much.
Glad we could get technology working.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you. Tomorrow, Vinyasa flow from 9:30 to 10:15.